What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Wednesday. My name is Mr. J. Well, it was in the bell. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me get my AirPods set up. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me or not. Let me turn this off real quick. Boom, 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 and boom. Will, how well can you hear me?
Solid 10. Solid 10.
Good, good. We're all set to go. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys already know I'm gonna be doing this one on my feet today. But we will be talking about excuse me. We will be talking about Money in the Bank predictions. Money in the Bank is this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, you already know I gave you guys my word 2 weeks ago. This Saturday, we will be doing another watch party. This coming Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Actually, 15 minutes prior to that, we will be going live from the watch party. We'll be simulcasting live on all platforms. I can't wait. Will will be there. He didn't make it last time because he was doing the Lord's work. Him and Raw was doing the Lord's work. Shout out to Pat Poops. But that's neither here nor there. So before we get into Malcolm, what's good, man? How you feeling, man? Thank you for pulling up. We greatly appreciate you. Before we get into anything, y'all saw the thumbnail, but you guys looked a little bit to the right. Yeah, there was no way we was not going to talk about it. Where are we at? Here we go. Yes, it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Our Truth has released. Excuse me. WWE has released Our Truth. Our Truth is no longer in the WWE. Other names to be mentioned. Carlito is gone as well, and there was one other name that they released. That didn't surprise me. But what took me aback because of who he is, but it didn't surprise me honestly. But yes, Archer's being released from WWE. Now, question is, who from TKO decided that we need to let Archers go? For those who don't know, it was Triple H. Triple H has suggested that Archers be let go. We'll get into information about that, but I want this to be perfectly clear, ladies and gentlemen. Our Truth is a Hall of Famer. I know he never won the World Heavyweight Championship in WWE. However, he did win it in the. He's the first. He's the first African American NWA Heavyweight Champion on the TNA brand. But because of his contributions, he is a Hall of Famer. I don't know about first ballot. I'll meet you there. But Archer is a Hall of Famer. He is 52 years old. I can see why they would let him go. And I kind of figure because if you remember asking, what pay-per-view was that? Um Payback. When he did the FU to Archer during the press conference, I knew that was gonna set up a main event. But it was like, why is R-Truth have a match on Saturday Night Main Event with John Cena nonetheless? I can see why now. This is
Yeah,
ultimately this is ultimately his severance package as a character in the WWE.
yeah. Let me be honest about this one.
Hmm.
Our truth been around for quite some time.
Yes.
Uh, before he was our truth. Well, everyone knows him as our truth, but he was Ron Killings, and
Yep.
he
And the
had
Road
became
Dog.
champ. Yeah, and he had became champion at one point in time. I believe that was in TNA, right?
Hmm.
Our truth has been around for a while, and I'm not one to say that give a man a shine or I'm happy to see him shine or don't let him shine too much. But yeah, something was very given about this whole entire thing, like leading up, and then also his age. He's 52 years old, right? Not saying that he
Hmm.
can't do it because you look at Hulk Hogan, he looked good. Look at Ric
Right.
Flair, he went forever. You look at quite a few people who still has done active work even in their elder years. When I say elder, but older years,
Right.
but it was kind of weird. Like and it wasn't no build up. It was just a sudden push. And then you match him up with John Cena. And I get the whole John Cena thing of, oh, I'm going to ruin wrestling for everybody. But at the same time, I would have accepted it if because he lost to John Cena and that his age was a factor, then maybe possibly. But to know that it was Triple H is just like creative. Y'all have been I've been off of creative's head for quite a minute now, right? They've
Hmm.
been doing some good work lately. But this, and you can smell it, it was bad. That's why we said what we said when the whole thing happened with the table. And it's just like this is kind of weird. Why are they pushing for him? You know what I mean? But don't let me take the heat off of where it really belongs is that match where he had with John Cena when he came out as Ron Cena. I ain't gonna lie,
Yes.
comical and also stunning and amazing. The excitement was there from top to bottom. Energy was there from top to bottom, but still, it's just like to know y'all let him hang his hat on that one, which is cool. But still, y'all pulled the plug right after that. And then as a matter of fact, he just did an announcement. He just did a promo. He just cut a promo for WWE right before they released him.
Hmm.
And I thought, to be honest with you, when I saw the post on Twitter, I was like, this got to be a joke. Maybe they letting go R-Truth and they keeping Ron Cena. But to know that he's just outright gone is just like, wait, what? And then to know that Triple H he claiming the body before the blood even get cold is like, wait, huh? What was the
Yeah.
purpose?
Yeah. I didn't like the handling of that at all. Prior to me realizing, um, prior to me to realizing it was Triple H that pulled the
I want to
plug.
fight you just on general principle. And I can beat you.
That's how I felt about uh not even creators, just TKO. Like, what are y'all doing? This
Yeah.
is your like. I'm not saying just because I would. Let's all right. Fuck it. I'll say it. R-Truth does not deserve a going away as the likes of John Cena. But something told me he's not gonna. This was gonna be his last year. Like, let him go out on his own terms. He deserves that. Then when I find out Triple H is the one that said, "I'm the one that did it,"
Man, it was Super Kid.
I was like, "What are you doing? This like you." I, I understand there's people who never wrestled. It's similar to NBA, NFL. There are suits in the office who just have no idea to a degree. I get that. But when players transition from the field or to the courts to the office, you have an idea of how this should be run. For Triple H to do it, I was like, what the hell? I'm like, nigga.
Man, it was Super Kid.
I did it through my phone out through. I was like, of all the people, this is very Vince McMahon-esque. And I hate to say that. Now, I was upset about that, but we did get an update. Here's some new information. This is from Jonathan Coachman. You remember Jonathan Coachman, right?
Yeah.
He said, because he jumped out there, he was pissed too. But he said with some information that he wasn't able to confirm yet. So let me put that out there. This is information that's not confirmed yet. He said they offered him a contract which is less than what he's getting now. Archer declined it, and obviously this led to his release. Now I don't know. They really keep a, tight ship. Contract information being released. So I don't know what they was offering him, but he said no. I don't. I would say, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it's a veterans deal, but he said no to WWE's offer, which said we gotta let you go there.
When
Which
oh shit, I just dropped
and
my
it's
damn
just
microphone.
business. That's just business at the end of the day.
Business is business, and this is the ugly side of the game, and this is just part of the game, right? Malcolm D, I believe that too. I believe that's a possibility, but we got to talk about the other side of the business. The other side of the business is everything doesn't always happen in front of the camera or in the ring or in front of the people. Business happens behind the curtains as well. Business happens in the locker room. Business happens in the office. Business happens in creative. And some businesses happen because of personal relationships. Let's not forget the WWE has a the wrestling business as a whole has a dark history of handshake deals. Let's just be honest. Quite a few people have gotten the reverse end of that stick when it comes to the handful deals. But this did feel Vince McMahonish. This felt like a Vince McMahon move all day, every day.
Hmm.
But I want to try to understand it as best I can because from R-Truth's position, I get you don't want to be offered less money, but because I know that whole thing of know your worth, right? I don't want to be offered less money, but that's the offer on the table. Did you have something in backup? Did you have a second plan just in case they didn't accept you not accepting the offer, right? And I don't want to see a man out of work. I don't want to see R-Truth out of work. But at the same time, the business must go on, and the business is going to go on with or without you. So I get it. I don't. It's none of our business what he was offered, but apparently, whatever it is that he was offered the first time was not substantial enough for him to say yes. And to WWE and Triple H, that was enough for them to say goodbye. And that's just part of the business. That's
Yep.
just the business.
And given that information, I had to say, you know what? Walk walk your feelings back. I had to walk my feelings back on that. So, but this next part, this is where emotions may come into play, or might be a actual business strategy on the audience part. Because I know you guys heard the fans hijacked the show. There, there was our true support on that show. I heard it during the Kyrie Sane and Raquel Rodriguez match. Obviously, during the main event, um, CM Punk even addressed it when they went offline briefly, like it took a jab at it, but obviously he can't address it outright directly. But if anybody knows about fans hijacking the show, on behalf of them, it's CM Punk. They've been doing it for 10 years. Because every now that you'll hear them doing CM Punk chants while he was gone out of WWE. Now, here's where this might actually, and I'll, well, and before I get into that, also TKO is banning any wrestlers from supporting our truth. I don't know you guys noticed this. I saw when y'all saw Raquel's attire when she congratulated Stephanie Valkyra. I was like, oh, that's an interesting attire. And oh yeah, the reason why I don't flirt with Raquel Rodriguez because I fucked with Buddy Murphy, her husband. That is a wrestler. Go watch footage of him versus Aleister Black, and just get you a drink and popcorn ready. Those are some good matches. So that's why I leave Raquel. Raquel. I leave Rhea Ripley alone. But when I seen her attire, I was like, oh, that's pretty damn nice. I like that. But I found out what her original attire was. She had a black and red R-Truth shirt ready to go. But WWE said take all that off. There's no R-Truth support at all. Which furthermore threw me off because this was brought to my attention later. Dominic Mysterio was rocking a Carlito shirt during the promo. And he's out of the WWE. They cut him too. So what did Was Dominic Mysterio a G? Kept the player and kept it hidden. Then when it's camera time, let his support go. Salute to Dominic Mysterio for that. But I guess they've been paying so much attention to our truth, and they know what's going to come with it. WWE said we got to ignore this. Nope, don't no support. Don't bring no attention to this at all. But right now, if the fans are going to continue to hijack the show the way they are doing it, I'm I'm going to say this is going to be a bigger hijacking than CM Punk. They're going to have to bring him. They're going to have to bring him back, and they're going to have to honor his deal now. Like, what's your offer?
Hmm.
And here we're going because at this point they're going to continue to hijack the show. They're going to have to give our troops a blank check. Like, put your number on there. We'll pay for it. We'll pay it.
Now, there's the other side of this. Do you remember? Do you remember this? You remember this wrestler? And Triple H did not like. I'm not gonna say not like. Story wise, this wrestler was not supposed to work. There was this chant that the crowd used to do. They used to take their index fingers and they used to do like this, and they would rise it
Mm,
above their head 3 times. Yes, yes,
yep.
yes. There's going to come a point where you're going to have to acknowledge the crowd. And when I say asses and seats is what keeps the business flowing, that is
Right.
the number one thing that's going to happen. To know that in NXT that they was chanting, "We want truth, we want truth." To know that even by the likes of TKO saying that we don't want any wrestlers supporting this, and yet you still got wrestlers posting on their own person. I'm not going to mention anyone's names because I don't want to bring any negative attention to them. But
Right.
you have wrestlers posting pictures of themselves with the R Truth shirt on, and people are ecstatic about the fact that the wrestlers are in full support of R Truth. Now, does that put a bad taste in the mouth of the company? Probably. But
Hmm.
the thing is, when you make a drastic move like this, and I'm pretty sure from a business perspective, they knew it was going to be some backlash. They knew it was going to be some backlash.
They had to.
Yeah. Now, creative could be playing in our face. They could just be waving this whole flag of our truth being gone out of nowhere and then magically bring them back. But at the same time, though, you
Give
have to
them.
understand.
I will give them credit. If they do, if they got us like that, I will give them credit.
Yeah, but here's the thing too. The thing is too, you can't bring them back no regular kind of way. It got to be something emphatic. It got to be something so spectacular that it has to be able to wash out. It has to be like Listerine to the bad taste that you left in people's mouth by letting him go. And then also, here's the other side to that coin. If you let him go and bring him back, what about everybody else that you let go? Carlito's one. What about the
Yeah.
rest? Do you run the risk of being known as a company to let people go and then all people have to do is hijack the show and just continuously chant and then now you have to bring them back?
Right.
Do you risk losing an entire fan base just because of one wrestler? That's what happened with Mr. Yes. Y'all almost lost y'all whole entire fan base, but it got to a point where you could not deny him. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. I was shocked they didn't let Carlito get a chance to go for the Intercontinental U.S. title. I do not know. I know what their plans were for Carlito just by looking at the last 2 years. Um, I do believe Carlito could have been utilized a lot better. I do appreciate the comedic role he did, but I'm pretty sure people like the Judgment Day and other people in the locker room definitely appreciate Carlito for his wisdom. Because don't let his character fool you. That man is oozing with gems as a wrestler and how the business goes. Just a being a rebel. Because keep in mind, he was gone from WWE under Vince. The only time he came back twice. One to induct, I forgot who he inducted to the Hall of Fame. I believe it was one of his uncles or something to that extent. And he came back during the pandemic. I don't know how that happened or why that happened, but Yeah, Carlito's gonna be missed. For my generation, I appreciated him. I shout out for what Dominic Mysterio did on Monday Night Raw. Maybe I believe that just slipped through the cracks. I hope they don't penalize him for that shit because I'm gonna really be pissed off if they do, and I'm gonna be emphatically pissed off. But the problem with this situation, as I get the fight cards ready for Money in the Bank, is although this is under the Vince McMahon era, I don't think he will handle this situation this way, personally. But I also don't believe uh how can I say this? Yeah, I don't believe he's going to allow the wrestlers to be vocal as they are with their support for our truth. Yeah, he'll shut that down in a minute. So it's kind of a double edged sword, honestly. They WWE just put themselves in a real bad situation with this one.
Yeah. I, I I hope they get it right. That'd be my final on the R Truth thing. I hope they get it right. And if this is what they feel is the best decision for the company, stick by it. Don't backtrack. Because if
Mhm.
you backtrack now, all you are showing is that you can be
We
bought and sold based upon fan superiority. So if this is the decision that you made, stick by it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go back on this one. You really can't. Shout out to our truth though, man.
Most
Shout shout out
definitely.
to shout out to our truth. And y'all gonna have to stop with these promotional posters of John Cena. We'll talk about that in the next segment. But yeah, shout out to our truth. He's going into the Hall of Fame. Give me time. I'll see if he's a second or third time ballot, but I'm not gonna give him first ballot, unfortunately. But he deserves to be in there. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He is that great, especially outside of WWE. Yeah, he already pencils himself in the Hall of Fame already.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, our truth, if you're listening, here at Wrestling Wednesday, we support you, man. You have our full support. Now, do we got one more?
Yeah, the predictions.
Yes, yes. All right, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right, let's get it. Money in the Bank predictions. Four matches, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I didn't make the match. I'm just here to support. But we got four matches for this Saturday. We will be starting again. We do have a watch party this Saturday on on our YouTube channels. Watch party and live reaction, Money in the Bank. Please make sure you guys join us. We will be there. Yes, we will. So let's go ahead and get started with these predictions. Um, first, first up, actually, let's get the Intercontinental Championship out the way. Lyra Valkyra versus Becky Lynch.
Our
This
truth.
stip- this guy, right? No, you ain't hijacking this
Man,
show.
you super kid.
You ain't hijacking this show. We gonna stop that.
We want truth. We want truth.
Man, you super kid.
Super kid.
Okay. If Becky loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyria is champion. If Valkyria loses, she'll be forced to raise Lynch's hands and acknowledge her as a better woman. Um, Uh,
Becky. For me, I got Becky. I got Becky.
yeah,
I got
because you're
Becky
not.
on this one, dog. I
Yeah, I'm
got
not.
Becky on this one.
Yeah, she's not losing 3 times in a row. She's not losing. No, actually, take the back. One. She lost during NXT. She lost Payback. Yeah, okay. I was thinking there was another match. Yeah, Becky Lynch. Becky's not losing 3 times in a row.
Nah,
And I was
that's exactly why I choose Becky. This is her time to explode and really show she can carry around the can and whoop ass and open it up at any point in time. And now is the perfect time for her to do it. It's not this 3 times in a row. That's I'm not saying that's career ender, but dang, it raised some real questions. It raised some serious questions.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree because who are you going after today? You know, if you didn't win the Intercontinental Championship, what makes you think I'm gonna let you get a shot at what's her name? Io Sky.
Say it again.
Like Becky, if you lose to Lara, especially for the third time, you're not going to go challenge Io Sky for the women's championship.
You're not.
So yeah. So I think she's gonna pull something underneath out of her sleeve? Of course.
If she lose for the third time, where does that put her in the rankings of the women's division? That
Uh
puts
at
her
the
pretty
back of
low,
the
actually.
line with Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? This is it's not just a Becky is going to win. Becky must win,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm standing behind my decision to say that she's going to win because she must win at this point. You have to. I'm not saying that losing removes you from the roster, but it damn sure makes you. It takes you from the position that you are, and it drops you by 2 because you already got 3 losses. You already got 2 losses on your belt.
Mm-hmm. To
So
a younger version of you.
yes, that was the exact point I was about to make. To a younger version of you, you make yourself seem aged out. You gotta go for broke on this one. You gotta go full out. And I hope that's what she does. She got the potential to do it. We've seen her do it before. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hope that she does. I just tag him. Just
Oh yeah,
bring
yeah,
this.
yeah. Sure, no problem. Yeah, Becky has to win this one. Love the promos. Love the confidence in Valkyria when she speaks. And obviously Becky's gonna be Becky. I don't wanna say it's Tyree. No, Becky's doing great. It's just you- this is gonna be blasphemous, so I understand. You know how Tom Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, God rest his soul, they're so great. It's like when they do what they do, it's like, all right, we've seen this before. So Becky is keeping up. The only thing is she's just not able to get the edge over Lyra. He's gonna find a way to do it. I do believe she's gonna bend the rules a little to do it, but at this point, you're gonna have to because it's not looking too promising. Like I said, you're gonna end up at the back of the line with Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
That's the that's just
And
the,
that's I'm not.
no, that's just real. We like it. No, no, we respect Charlotte. She needs. I think she's sitting at 14 right now. She's gonna be her dad. I don't care what nobody says. She's gonna be her dad at 17. So it's just that's just what it is. Back in the line, and we'll see what happens later on in the year. But she has to win. Becky has to win. I'm going with Becky for this one.
Yeah, I'm locked in on Becky on this.
So let's get to the women's ladder match. Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Gilia, Naomi, and Stephanie Valkyrie.
No Nia Jax?
No.
Rhea.
Rhea, you got Rhea. As much as I love Julia's finance, especially with the braids. Um, Actually, I'm not going for any other newcomers in the NXT. I'm not. I'm not. Not Julia, as much as I love her. Stephanie Vaquer is great, by the way. And Roxanne Perez, shout out to Laredo, Texas. No, neither one of them. So we can scratch that off. I like this new Naomi. Granted, I have an affinity for cycle chicks. Don't ask. And speaking of cycle chicks, there's Alexa Bliss.
Then there's Alexa Bliss.
So
You ain't
uh
shit.
just damn. This is a hard fucking son of a bitch.
I'm
God
being real
damn.
just because of real.
Uh that would make all the sense in the world. Damn it. Who do I want to see? I'm gonna go with Alexa. I'm gonna go with Alexa. I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss on this one. I I know it's like, are you serious? I get it. Just hear me out. She will be the first two-time women's Money in the Bank winner. She will cash in on who's the champion on SmackDown? Damn, I forgot. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, uh, Tiffany Stratton. Still cash in on Tiffany Stratton, but she won't do it by herself because the Wyatt Six will help her out with that.
As always, it always got to be help.
And yeah, it's like damn. Yeah, that's gonna be people gonna say that's overkill, but it only this is gonna be the first time the overkill makes sense and it's just right. So I got Alexa Bliss winning Money in the Bank and cashing in on Tiffany Stratton with the Wyatt Six surrounding the ring, so she has nowhere to go.
That would make perfect sense. I wish it was. I wish it was not with the inclusion of the Wyatt Six, but we talk about the Wyatt family. So the thing is, though, Rhea's going to take this, and when it comes down to
That's a legitimate pick. I
it's
cannot
just
fault you. That is a legitimate pick.
if it's not Naya, it's Rhea. It's that's I hate the biasness of it, but that's just the truth.
Yeah, I get it. Like I want to see Roxanne, Stephanie, and especially Julia next year, especially this year, because I'm actually excited for those three. Like when you had the big three come from NXT to WWE in the Women's Revolution, Becky, um, Charlotte, and formerly known as Sasha Banks. When they came to the WWE, they switched some things around. Now, do I expect out of these three? Not to that level, but I do believe this is a 2.0 version of the Women's Revolution revamping itself, especially given that Julia and Stephanie Vaquero were world travelers and they made their way to WWE. So I'm actually excited what's going to happen for them. I don't have none of those three winning this match. Um, Naomi is my third pick. Raquel Rodriguez is obviously my second pick, but I gotta go with Alexa Bliss, and I do believe she will cash in on Tiffany on SmackDown. Which SmackDown? Don't know, but she will cash in on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad you said on the SmackDown. It's going to be on the Smack. This Raw has been getting quite a bit of attention. We haven't really reported on anything that happened too big on SmackDown in a while, have we?
Not in a while.
Has anything happened on SmackDown
Oh
in an
yes,
exciting way?
the exciting part on SmackDown. We'll get to the men's side in just a
Okay.
moment. Of course, the Y6 came back 2 weeks ago during the tag team match against fuck Street Profits versus. Faxion, and of course you had DIY and Motor Machine Guns around, but Y6 made their appearance, destroyed the whole field, and they did it again for the second week. So the Y6 are back. Uncle Howdy, thank you for putting on some muscle. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for putting some muscles on you during your time away. So Y6 is about to take over. That was 2 weeks ago. Now last week on SmackDown, you had Cody Rhodes return with Jey Uso as a special guest, and obviously John Cena brought in Logan Paul. They had their promos, and you had Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso standing tall with Cody Rhodes holding up the championship, knowing this is what he lost, so this is what he needs to get back. Like I said, we're gonna get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes 3 times this year. Second time is going to be SummerSlam, night 2 to be exact. That's what I believe. So they're gonna do Money in the Bank, and what is after Money in the Bank? There's another pay per view. I don't think it's SummerSlam just quite yet, but this is going to lead to SummerSlam night 2, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
So yeah, SmackDown has been doing its thing. It's the nostalgia of it, where Monday Night Raw. Now, here's the dilemma that they have to go against. The numbers are steady during the week, but when you watch it live, the numbers kind of low because I can always go back and watch Raw when it's done because some people don't care to sit through commercials, advertisements, or whatever. They say, man, I'll catch it back later where there is no commercials, just straight through. So yeah, especially me, I don't have time to like in my case, I get off from work, I can go to the gym, I gotta go get Grayson. By the time we get here, I already missed a couple of segments, and I'm the type of person I want to watch it from the beginning to the end. I don't want to come
Right.
in midway. So
Right.
Raw, they're having their troubles getting the live viewerships, but you get that back during the week. So Raw has been maintaining. Raw has been maintaining. They have kept it steady, kept it entertaining. Shout out to this new fashion with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Jesus, I forgot homeboy's name. Bronson Reed.
Mhm.
Thank you for keeping that interesting. Championship will be on the line this coming Monday. Jey Uso versus Gunther. So eh, let's give credit to Monday Night Raw. Creators have been taking care of the creative part on Monday Night Raw. So we'll give them that. And I won't totally blame them for actually, yes, I will. I was gonna say I wasn't totally gonna blame them for the R truth handling. It's just like yeah,
They got to take that one. No,
yeah, they
yeah,
got
they
to.
got to take that one.
TKO and creatives. Yeah,
Yeah,
TKO and
they can't
creatives.
back off of that
You,
one.
yeah, you gotta take a kick.
Man, you super kick.
Right to the jaw. You gotta take a kick on that one. You can't do that.
Where did you get that?
Hey, I just so happened to seen it, and I'll say, yoink, this is mine. This is mine. This belongs to Wrestling Wednesday and the whole motherfucking crew.
Standing a super kick.
We keeping that. It's under 5 seconds too. Yeah, it's ours.
They
But
can't say nothing at that time.
it's 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't know what to tell them.
That'd be
But let's get to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Solo Sokoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. What the fuck?
this was a heck of a lineup that they threw together because they didn't just say we're gonna give you a main event. They didn't just say we're gonna give you a show. They said kitchen sink and all its contents, scalding hot water, bring popcorn. Like that's the best thing. Oh, and by the way, prepare to not be able to eat popcorn, just be able to throw popcorn. This was a cobble. Now, I got to give it to him. this is exciting. This lineup that they got coming at us is exciting, right? Because that lets me know that y'all still care about the fans, minus the R-Truth and the Carlito thing, but y'all still care about the fans. This whole entire lineup, this is what people pay their money for. This is why ass end up in seats, because this is the type of lineup that really just makes people just be like, oh shit, they came out the bag with this one. Now, as far as predictions go, who you think gonna take it?
It better not be. I want Andrade to win. I'm gonna say it. I want Andrade to win. I do.
Okay.
I swear to God, if they make this fake ass luchador win this damn match, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Uh, I would much rather. I want Andrade to win. I feel like they're gonna try to get El Grande Americano to win for some reason. I don't personally. I don't want that. I will get Chad. I will get Chad Gable MVP if he does, because he's wrestling that afternoon in Worlds Collide, and now he's going to backdoor and do Money in Bay. And I know there's no proof. Oh yeah, they did a chant on Monday night during this match. They said you. You're Chad Gable. No, he's not. You're Chad Gable. No, he's not. That was the funniest shit I heard
Oh
all night.
man, is that a dig and a diss at Chad Gable?
Huh?
Is that a dig and a diss at Chad Gable?
Yep. Yep. That was the funniest shit I heard all night. But let's look. Matter of fact, before I solidify my pick, let's walk through the possibilities real quick. Soto Sokoa,
Mm-hmm.
he wins Money in the Bank, then he can get off of Jesus. Jacob Fatu's back.
Correct.
And the new I forgot the new guy's name. He could be his right hand man from now on. LA Knight can cash in. Well, LA Knight is still gonna be LA Knight with the briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
Who will he cash it in on? If he can cash it in on Jay Uso, he's gonna turn heel. If he cash it on John Cena, that would make sense, but he might lose that. That's just an option.
Can I be honest? I don't want to see anybody who I like right now face John Cena after what they just did to R-Truth. I don't want to say it like that, but come on, man. Is John Cena a curse now? If you face him, you might end up getting released. Minus, of course, the Legend Killer, but still, Randy Orton. Randy Orton did get released, but damn, but anyway, if LA Knight wins, I think he needs to go ahead and cash that in on Jey Uso. I would love to see LA Knight get that title. Oh man, we forget just doing the episode of Wrestling Wednesdays. We're gonna be doing a Wrestling Wednesday. We're gonna do a wrestling that day and every other day. As long as LA Knight is champion, trust and believe me, I'm behind that. But yeah, he need to cash that in on Jey Uso. That's my prediction. If LA Knight wins, if Seth Rollins win it, it's Seth Rollins. Like,
Yeah.
it's Seth Rollins. We've already had a ton of build up for him leading up into this year and this year long. If Penta wins it, I'm happy. If Penta wins it, I am happy. Give that man his shine. I've been waiting on it. We've been talking about Penta for quite some time now. Give
Yes.
that man, put that staple on him, especially in the match with Solo, LA Knight, and Seth Rollins. Give that man his flowers. Andrade, I'm
It's
not there yet.
time. You,
I'm
it's
not there yet.
but that's why I believe Andrade is going to win because it
Hmm.
is time. You have to pull the trigger right fucking now.
Hmm.
You came back. You didn't come back for the United States Championship. You didn't come back for the Intercontinental Championship. You didn't come back for any tag team championships. Get you a world heavyweight belt around you. Granted, you have to work on your promo work. I will openly admit that he needs to get on the mic and start talking more to the crowd. Be a little bit more charismatic. Not charismatic. Let me not say that. Be more comfortable talking to the crowd, or you better get yourself a Paul Heyman person who can speak for you. I need a heavyweight championship belt around Andrade's waist at this point. It has to, man. It has to because if not, you coming back. Was it last year he came back? Yeah, it was last year. You coming back a whole year was a waste because his highlight was his match against his best of seven against Carmelo Hayes. But right now, this is trigger time. Pull the motherfucking trigger. And I'm Andrade. You need to do what you got to do to make sure that briefcase falls into your hands at this point. Because Andrade doesn't do it. Uh, who's the United States Championship champion? Excuse me. Yeah, because I don't see Andrade beating Jacob. I don't. Not now, at least. Not this Jacob. I don't see. Of course, he could beat Dominic Mysterio, but he has to switch brands for that to happen. And they're not doing any draft. They're not doing any switches because I think they'll probably do a draft next year, but they're not doing it for the near future. He's stuck right where he's at. And there's nobody on SmackDown that I can see him pair with to get a tag team title. Not saying he don't play well with others. It's just not a comfortable fit that the crowd is going to gravitate to. So whether it be babyface or heel, get that briefcase in your hand and pick your target wisely.
I still say put that thing on LA Knight, but I don't see Andrade. I don't see Andrade with a belt. Not over Penta. Penta's been here for a little while now.
Second week of this year.
Yeah, so I don't see Andrade over Penta. I just don't. I don't see the purpose of it. Now, as far as El Grande Americano, do you think he was thrown in here just because? Do you see it? Do you see a later something down the line for him if he wins this?
Uh, there's a lot of storylines you could do. You can go with a Grande and Chad Gables as well. Um, yeah, there's a lot of story. There's a lot of what thing. There's a lot of opportunities for him. So there's something set up for him whether he wins or loses. Now I do believe all the wrestlers from AAA is gonna beat his ass, but jump him at one point. But he's gonna be taken care of storyline wise. He'll be back every single Monday. Don't even matter. That's how I'm not
Yeah,
really worried about him. I don't want them to put that briefcase in his hand, although I can see them doing it. I can see them doing it. I don't want them to do it, but I can see them doing it.
got you. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. In this one, I'm rooting for. It's kind of hard for me to be split on who I want to win. I'll just give my second runner up and my first. My second runner up, I want Penta. I want Penta to have that belt, but more importantly, I want LA Knight to have that briefcase in his hand. That's what I really want. I want to see that matchup between him and Jey Uso. Now, because of the size difference, I think it will make for a great match, but it's going to be a very hard match for LA Knight. But it's something that I would want to see. As far as Penta winning it, oh man, just Penta winning it, period, is just what would do it for me. Just to see exactly where what move they're going to put him in, what position are they going to place him, and how he's going to really just take advantage of that, and who it is that they can match up with Penta if he does win. But LA Knight, I definitely want to see that briefcase in his hand. That's my final two.
Andrade's first, and I'll say Solo's my second. I'll give it a Solo.
Just because I mean, don't get me wrong, him and Jacob, they like this, son. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta at some point in time, it's almost like what happened with Triple H and Heartbreak Kid. We
Mhm.
always see y'all at some point, y'all gotta be able to branch out. It's what happened with Booker and his brother. It's what happened with a lot of greats we always see with each other. At some point, you got to be able to make it on your own. With Jacob having that belt and getting the push that he's gotten, we need Solo to do something too. Because we all know right now, I'm not saying that the tribal chief is out the game, but you see he got knocked down a little bit. So, and I'm so happy that Roman got betrayed, but we don't need to go there again.
Ugh.
But yeah,
Man, you super kid.
there ain't no
No,
super kick, nothing.
no
Nah,
disrespect to the tribal
and
chief.
all disrespect to I'm just playing. But yeah, go ahead, and give Solo his prize, man. But you know what would be funny? If
What's up?
Solo wins and did decide to cash in on Jacob,
If he does
that
that,
would be
I will
would
throw this ass. That shit.
that would be funny to have a ooh, I like how I just cooked that up. That would be
Oh,
funny.
did we all forget that this bumbly idiot by the name of Austin Theory did that stupid shit? We didn't
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, yeah.
And what happened the following week?
Hey, his
That
ass is gone.
that was stupid. That was stupid.
Oh shoot.
Don't
Whole
forget
crowd
that.
there, Tony.
That was the most dumbest cash out I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I mean, hey, listen, they didn't say that stupid had to be smart, it just had to be done.
That dude is a flaming. I'm not gonna say it.
Flaming idiot.
N-
He's a flaming idiot.
Thank you, flaming idiot. That's a better
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Last match, tag team match. Cody
Mhm.
Rhodes, Jay Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
Cody and you said Cody and who now?
Jay Uso.
Cody and Jay. And only reason that is two reasons that it is. One, no new John Cena intro. Still no new intro.
Yeah, man.
So everything involving John Cena right now, until I get that new intro, that new music,
Oh,
everything, no. And I like the heel that John is on right now.
I
But
love it.
I need that. We need that new intro, bro. You on your way out the door. Don't make us wait to the end of the year to hear that. No, we need that now. We need that now. And then on top of that is Cody Rhodes. I need Cody Rhodes to be back on the top again. I need Cody Rhodes to be back on top of the mountain where he belongs. As a hardcore Cody fan, Cody needs to be back on the top where he belongs.
Um, mm, I think John and Logan Paul's gonna get it because I'm trying to think
Because John,
who. I'm trying to think. Um, do I think Gunther's gonna get involved in this? Because if Gunther gets involved, he gonna get the ass whooping of a lifetime on Monday. That's for sure.
Gunther needs to stay away from this one.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah,
Let me see.
Gunther needs to stay away from this one. Gunther needs to get back.
Oh, not a champions. Not a champions. Not a champions in a few weeks. Why would you have a? Let's finish this, and we got one more topic to talk about. Um, Given how that promo ended, we'll wait till Friday. I don't see. Okay, there it is. I see John Cena and Logan Paul winning because there will be a miscommunication in some way, shape, or form, or some underhanded tactic. Because John Cena will kick you in the groin, and will his signature move is putting that belt to your forehead. So if that happens, which I think it will happen, I do have Logan Paul pinning Jey Uso, which will set up in 3 weeks Night of Champions. And we'll get to predictions. We'll see how this plays out. Although they're doing a piss poor job with building up to these matches, but I got John Cena and Logan Paul winning on Saturday.
I can see that. I don't.
Because the ref's gonna get knocked out the ring.
Ref's definitely going to get knocked out the ring, if not knocked out completely. It's going to be.
Mhm.
It's going to be a new ref is going to have to get subbed in. There's going to be a lot of interruptions. I can assume maybe 2 kickouts, and a false pin. Two kickouts and a false pin.
After the ref gets knocked out,
2 kickouts. Ref gets knocked out during the false pin. Surprise finish. How can I see this playing out? I can see Logan Paul attempting something big and not missing his mark, but not missing his mark in a way like, oops, he messed up, but missing his mark storyline wise to where he's supposed to play a pivotal part, and creative is going to work it in a way to where he's going to either miss out on that point, or John's not going to be fast enough to stop Logan getting pinned. How do I see Jey Uso? If we get the Jey Uso that beat
Gunther.
yes, if we get the Jey Uso that beat Gunther, if we get that heavyweight brawler type Jey Uso, then Logan and John is in for a long night. Might be a short night, but in for a long night. Cody's just Cody, bro. There's no other way I can explain that. If Cody is just Cody, then yeah, that's why I see that's really why I see. And in every tag team matchup, there always have to be a who versus who. Let me ask you this: primarily, if you're Logan Paul, who is your primary target, Cody or Jey?
At this moment, should be Jey.
Okay, so then that potentially puts John and Cody up against each other, right?
Right.
Say John, size-wise, it makes sense to let John go up against Jey. But if Jey ends up turning his attention towards Logan and Cody end up turning his attention towards John because of what happened already between the two of them, I see them taking it. I see them taking it for that. But there's always a possibility.
That is a strategy,
Logan.
but
Yeah.
that is a strategy nonetheless. So I can definitely I can definitely see that. Let me just do a reset on my main whatchamacallit over here. Okay, we're still live. Good.
Mhm.
Let me plug that and put that here. Yeah, that is a sound strategy for them to use. It's like, all right, let's switch and let's work on our let's work against our doppelgangers
Mhm.
as far as the size build up and skill. So that would technically make sense. I don't have a problem with that. But okay, that's a good strategy. Um I but like I said, I do see a ref knockout, advantage be taken, and somebody's gonna get I think it's gonna be Jey Uso. They're gonna get the bell rung by that championship belt, and Logan Paul will go for the pin.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm believing right now.
Gotcha.
All right. So we all agree. So if you gotta keep a score, we agree that Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch is going to win. That's what we believe because this is her final opportunity. She has to win this one, or else it's back in the line. As far as the let me go back. As far as the women's Money in the Bank, so got Rhea Ripley. I got Alexa Bliss.
Hmm?
Uh, Cell's first two is for the men's side. It is LA Knight and Penta. Mine is Andrade and Solo Sakura. And we're on the opposite spectrums. He has Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I got Cena and Paul winning Money in the Bank. And also, they're in LA. They're in Los Angeles. Don't be surprised if you get a appearance from you know who. So I'm just saying, if The Rock decides to show up, it's very much possible. I understand why he didn't show up for WrestleMania.
Mhm.
I can see him. It's not gonna be out of the realm of possibility of him not. It would make sense if he shows up here. It would. So when you people like it's The Rock, why is he here? No, it makes sense. WrestleMania would have made no sense at all. This makes sense. So if he does show up, it's not gonna surprise me at all. That's just my take on that.
Yeah, I don't see the need for him to show up, but at the same
Right.
time, though, since he was absent during WrestleMania, I see him showing up. I hope he don't show up to mess this match up. See, now that you just said that, now I got to look at this from a different angle. Can The Rock show up during the match and hijack the match?
He's a hijacker.
Dang, I hate that.
Eh. Come, we got guests coming down the time, John. Ladies and gentlemen, Hassan is in the building. Hassan, what's good, man? How you feeling?
What up? What up, guys? What up, Christopher?
What's happening, son?
Salute. How you guys?
Chilling, man. So, what you got on the pay-per-view? What's your predictions?
The pay-per-view. There's gonna be an interesting. We talked about this on main event. I don't think LA Knight is gonna win at all. I'm going for Jacob Fatu on this one for the Money in the Bank.
Solo.
Who?
You mean
Yeah, you mean
Solo?
Solo. Yeah, you mean Solo Sokoa.
Yeah. Solo. My bad. Solo. He has.
Uh, Hassan just dropped off for a bit. He was having technical issues, but he will be back hopefully. And y'all, the link is pinned all the way. Oh, actually, I didn't pin the link. Uh, the link is all the way at the top. If you guys want to come up with your predictions, you're more than welcome to. We're going to be here for a few more moments, then we will be out. Hopefully Hassan can join us, but we have to talk about this. Oversaturated pay-per-views. Hassan is back with us.
My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, so I
So,
was saying Solo, or my second option would be Penta. The way they've been booking him, and they just bought AAA from Mexico. They got World Collide on Saturday, so I can see that happening as well for the men's Money in the Bank. And for the women, really, I got to go with Roxanne or Naomi. Naomi really needs it. The way they've been building up as a heel, so she gotta get this. But go ahead,
okay.
man.
No, you're good. You got Solo's your one and Penta's your two. On the women's side, you got Roxanne as your one, Naomi as your two. What about the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh, the Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
This one it has
Becky.
to be Becky because
Mhm.
Laura, she got her big win. She got her big moment. Becky's definitely has to win this, and then we can have the Bailey return, and they can slowly build it up to SummerSlam.
I
Night of
forgot
Champions.
about Bailey. I forgot about Bailey. Okay, all right. I'm not mad at that. And as far as the main event tag team champions, I
Well,
mean tag team match. Sorry,
that one's obvious. Cena is gonna win this, and Logan Paul. I'm not seeing Jay and Cody winning this.
we were love for them, but I don't see it because we have to set up for um Night of Champions, which will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and which reminds me, I need to put in to take off that day if I'm gonna because we all know that's a 12 or 11 o'clock pay per view in the morning. 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock noon. So these oversaturated pay per views. Let me see if it how's this gonna play out. Was this year? Okay, bet. So let's count the pay per views, and we're gonna count Saturday Night Main Event as the pay per views. How
Okay.
many pay per views are WWE having in 2025? January
Oh,
25th.
oh,
January 25th was hold on, I got you sorry. Yeah, Saturday Night Main Event, where the main event was Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was one. Second one was Royal Rumble, and that was the week later, by the way. Elimination Chamber, John Cena win Hill. WrestleMania 41, Backlash, Saturday Night Main Event, Money in the Bank. Oh no, let me scroll down. Oh shit, they put Worlds Collide as a pay-per-view. Hold on,
yeah.
how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Worlds Collide is a pay-per-view, although that's gonna be broadcasted on YouTube. We're doing a watch party for Money in the Bank, not Worlds Collide. Just Money in the Bank. I'm gonna watch Worlds Collide. Don't get it twisted. So Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, Night of Champions, another Saturday Night Main Event. We're at 10, and we're in the month of July, ladies and gentlemen. Evolution, SummerSlam, Clash of Paris, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series. And I didn't even much name the NXT pay-per-views. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 15 pay-per-views in one calendar year.
And
I just spoke.
maybe. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead, maybe what?
Maybe.
John Cena pay-per-view?
Yeah, either that or another Saturday night main event for December, early December.
Yeah, they do that. They do that. They're idiots. So we're at 15 right now, ladies and gentlemen. And keep in mind, November 20 Survivor Series, November 29th. That's the last pay-per-view. And I do believe they're going to do a going away something for John Cena, like they did for Dean Ambrose. So that's going to mark 16 pay-per-views in one calendar year. And ladies and gentlemen, there's 12 months in 1 year. Does this make sense?
No, with the recent decisions that they made with the roster, no. Unless you about to bring in somebody big name, it does not make sense for this much. With the roster that they currently have, I understand. But if you're going to let go of talent and you still have future bookings, you have to make it make sense somehow. Especially now that you have just soured the taste buds of your fan base by letting go of R-Truth and Carlito. Yep. How are you going to make this work?
Hey, but they did beat the record. They did beat the record at 2005. They had 15 pay-per-views. So this is like not shocking in a way. 2004 they had 14 pay-per-views.
2005, what was going on? What was going on in 2005?
But 2005 was good. There's a lot of good main events.
But here's the thing about those. At least with Vince, he built up to each pay-per-view. Matter of fact, I think I know what you're talking about because I was gonna kind of make note of this. That might have been the year where you had a Raw exclusive pay-per-view and you had your SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views.
Yep.
But that makes all the sense in the world. Total sense. This right here, you got the same guys doing the same main events, multiple pay-per-views. That is for everybody. And you only have 4 fucking matches. Maybe 5.
We can thank Triple H for that.
I know, that's the problem. See, I really think they need to go back to the Raw exclusive pay-per-views and the SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view because that way you have enough time to build up your storylines. And of course, you got your who do you got? You got your Royal Rumbles, you got your WrestleManias, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, any Saudi Arabia events, and obviously Money in the Bank. Those are your six main pay-per-views where everybody's going to have to share.
Are we counting the 2 nights or no? Because
Um,
SummerSlam and WrestleMania are 2
yeah,
nights now.
well, I'll just count that as one pay-per-view for now.
But real quick,
Because
you know,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I can wait.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was about to say next year Money in the Bank is going to be in August, which is ridiculous. 29th, I think they said.
August 29th, Monday in New Orleans. Why?
Because you know how they took WrestleMania out of New Orleans? New Orleans supposed to host WrestleMania, but they gave them Money in the Bank instead.
Why? Okay, I know I heard that story. I never looked into it. Why the fuck would you do that?
Seth Hat Jane says triple fraud doesn't know how to book a wrestling show. He's a fraud. He's making superstars look like jobbers. WWE is a commercial and it's absolutely BS right now. Here's the thing. As a wrestling fan, Jane makes a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why Jane makes a good point. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'll tell you why Jane makes a good point. Because if you look at just with what we've been saying so far, you have the same 8 superstars in rotation every month. Every month. And with the oversaturation of pay-per-views, it's like everybody else is cannon fodder. And now, here you are standing over the freshly rendered body of R-Truth saying, yeah, it was me, I did it. Oh, whoa, bro. If we want another Vince McMahon, just to forget replace him, just bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
And there are rumors he wants to buy it back now.
I mean, he need to deal with that shit.
Yeah, he got some other things he need to worry about right about now.
He need to deal with that shit. Like that's what he need to deal with. Hey, bro, get that cleaned up. Maybe we can have a conversation. But yeah.
Hold on, let me read this. Carmelo Hayes. Jeez, I can't talk. Carmelo Hayes has done nothing. He's so talented, and Penta is fighting for IC titles. Are you kidding me? Well, how can I say this? I get what you're saying, which is why we're happy that we have no problem with him being in the title hunt. Well, and Money in the Bank. We have no problem with that. But you need to put it. The reason why they had him battling for the IC title, because number one, it builds up Dominic Mysterio. A and B, it's the fact that he's so good that he needs a title on him. Now, I'm glad they got him and they got him and his brother separated. Let them build their own solo careers. Ray Phoenix is cool. Ray Phoenix is good. He's not better than his big brother. But yeah, keep him on SmackDown. Let him build his own. Now, as far as Carmelo Hayes, we support Carmelo. I don't know. We do believe we're happy that he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, but I'm trying to see where they're going with the storyline with him and the Miz. But I'm also getting word that Miz might be on his way out the door. If you guys look at his, so he might be let go. So we're just gonna wait and see on Carmelo Hayes because we want Carmelo Hayes to win, but we don't want him to get lost in the sauce. because that has been a lot of problem with NXT wrestlers making a transition. They get lost in the way. So, and some people say, how's that their fault? Because they can only be booked however they're booked. I would say this: if they book you for 5 minutes, learn from our truth. This is where our truth comes in hand. If they book our truth for 2 minutes, our truth is going to steal that 2 minutes and be the
Yep,
highlight of the show.
absolutely.
So when Carmelo Hayes is not trying to be somebody different, just being him, authentically him, he needs to steal that moment from the show. It's time to stop being too cool for TV and actually be Carmelo Hayes and steal that shit. You have no choice but to say my name every week. That's what Carmelo Hayes needs to work on. Work, trust me. If it sounds like I'm hard on Carmelo Hayes, I want that motherfucker to win. I
Period.
really do.
But Chris, here's the problem with that. Back then, we blamed it on Vince. You come off from NXT, they get buried 95% of them. Now Vince is gone. Those are Triple H's guys. So they should at
Mhm.
least get a better push than if they did. So something, and what I heard is TKO is getting involved more in the product. That's why it's the way it is. So
I like that. I'm not saying the TKO people don't know what they're doing, but you have The Rock, you have Triple H on that board for a reason.
no. What I'm saying is they get involved with Triple H has a vision. If they stick to Triple H, we might get better wrestling. But TKO management, they getting involved now. That's how AOL was getting involved in WCW, and they fell apart. So that's the problem. They tied Triple H's hand, and there's rumors. There's like the president or something of TKO went behind Triple H's back to contact The Rock when they build it up for WrestleMania. That's why there's some heat between Rock and Triple H. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what TKO is doing, but they need to stop because this is the quickest way to destroy a company and drive away your most important assets, which is the fan base. So they need to chill and they need to relax before this gets too commercialized, and we are going to be talking about something else
Yeah,
real quick, real
we
fast.
already it's not like it's already not options. AEW is still pushing good stuff. And rumor mill is our truth might be headed to AEW to join up with Bobby. And we already see what the Hurt Syndicate is doing over there. They're doing some good
Hmm.
things. So if our truth go over there to AEW, I mean hell, what's his name again? It's not Khan.
Tony Khan.
Tony,
Yeah, Tony Khan. If Tony Khan is smart, you better pick it up while it's hot. It might burn a little bit. You better pick it up while it's hot. But at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, our truth. If there's a possibility of you coming back, don't jump on that AEW train real quick. Don't jump on the TNA train real quick. I mean, hell, could this possibly be a stint? Because you know what they used to do back in the day? They used to announce something about a wrestler and then kind of find out they over in NJPW or some overseas thing, and they doing some work over there just for them to come back. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean,
And I'm
it's
speaking of that, I'm surprised they didn't cut Omos. I'm
no,
surprised they
no,
didn't cut Omos.
because Omos they send him in Japan to do some work for Noah. That's why. Because when the Great Muta was inducted, the Great Muta picked Omos, so Triple H sent him to Japan, and I think he won tag team champion over there, wrestling Noah.
Yes, yes, he's the champion overseas. And Carlito won the championship in the promotion in Puerto Rico before he got cut as well. So I think Carlito know. And of course, if you read Carlito's tweet, then he kind of knew it was coming. So he want to make sure, hey, I'm gonna find me a job before you, so that way when you let me go, it's all good. I already got me a bag.
Yeah, because with
Quiet,
Carlito,
quiet as a kept. I've done that in real life quite a few times.
yeah, and he's been fired. But Carlito, the promotion in Puerto Rico, that's owned by his dad, the World Wrestling Council. So he would have got
Pops,
that
oh yeah,
money.
oh yeah. He Pops looked up for him. Got him back in the. Well, I don't know what he was doing before he got back into the WWE, but you did 2 years in the WWE. You built up your own resume. Go ahead. Go ahead and hold this goal around your waist. Makes sense. I have no problems with that. Now, Rhea Ripley is so overrated. She wrestles like 10 Raw matches a year, and people glaze her like anything. She don't. She does nothing meaningful or impactful in the last 2 years. I don't know if I entirely uh, agree with that, but one thing I can say is because she played a role in the Judgment Day, I thank God she joined the Judgment Day because I knew once she joined, I said she's gonna be all right moving forward. Now, she was, if I had to compare her to anybody, I would compare her to China during the early parts of the Judgment Day. Then when she turned into a like a sex symbol, all right, back. When she turned into like a sex symbol or something like that, she was able to stick to the script. Or she was able to go off the script and make the script her own to where it just flowed naturally. So she has gravitated to the audience, and the audience gravitated towards her in return. So I'm not gonna say meaningful. I do have an idea of what you're trying to say, but I would say, who would you say has done something better than Rhea Ripley in the last 2 years? I would have to
Nia
ask you
Jackson.
that.
Nia Jackson. Nia Jackson.
No, Scott, the fucking Jackson.
Nia
Yeah,
Jackson.
all right.
Not Nia Jackson. No super kick. No super kick.
Karen
Nia.
Cross has okay, no super quick. Karen Cross has done nothing meaningful, and Ellen I doesn't get the push. I agree. I agree.
Absolutely correct.
We agree on that one. We agree on that one.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
I have an idea what they're trying to do with Karen Cross, although they said they gave her some behind the scenes job or something to that extent. But I agree with Karen Cross. I agree with that. And
No,
on
but
the night, huh?
he killed it in the interview after WrestleMania, the work shoot or whatever. You saw the documentary they put on him; it was pretty good. And he got booked for Josh Burnett, the Underground Wrestling thing, whatever it's called, on GCW. He's making moves. People finally starting to pay attention after WrestleMania. Because don't forget, Vince McMahon killed his push. He was doing good in NXT until the first time he came to the roster.
Oh yes, but
Yeah.
Vince just don't like NXT stars in general. Unless you have to be real special, you have to be Sami Zayn, you have to be Kevin Owens, you have to be the Street Profits, and you have to be these. You have to like exceed above, or can you make some changes? Keep in mind, go look at the picture of Montez Ford back then and Montez Ford now. I bullshit you not. Like I said, I said it before. I said it again. Bianca Belair was whooping Montez Ford ass in NXT. Not anymore. Not anymore. He put some muscle on her. He done stop that ass whooping. Oh, and I said that all jokes. We love Street Profit. We love Montez Ford and them up here. Uh, Retirement tour sucks. No, it does not suck. I love the promos, especially while he was overseas during Europe. Those are his best promos.
Mm-hmm.
But
New
the tour,
intro.
yeah, that's the only thing. We want a new intro. I understand he has to. He's making the company money by selling these shirts that cater to the city. I get it. I understand. I understand business. I want that intro. We all do.
Where's the
He's gonna
intro?
get that. He said it. I've been waiting, and don't you give me no intro of the last match. The last match, I'm gonna be ticked off.
Either Money in the Bank, or SummerSlam. We'll probably get there.
It better. It better. It had better. Liv Morgan has been so much better. Liv Morgan was my most improved last year.
Yeah,
They say Triple Five doesn't see color. Out of the 4 world championships, see the skin colors of the 3. Man doesn't see color, neither time.
I'm not here. I'm not here to paint the angle, but y'all know what happened with Mark Henry, right? We all know what happened with Mark Henry, right? And the monkey story.
We're gonna leave that alone.
Hey, because I'm just super kick.
Man,
Damn.
man, you super kid.
Super kid. Bruh.
We gotta end the show, man.
We gotta end
We
the
gotta
show,
go.
man. We gotta end the show because I got work in the morning. But listen, I'm just saying, they don't look like this. Hey, Hassan, do me a favor. Put your arm up. Put your arm up. Yeah. There you go. They look.
Man, you super kid.
It's super kid.
We will be back Saturday. We will be back Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. The watch party, money in the bank. We're all gonna be here. I want you guys to pull up. Go ahead, hit the notification bell. The 2 weeks ago was fun. Like I said, I have not done a watch party in so long. It was so refreshing to do play-by-play commentary. That was fun. I can't wait to do it again. So let's come back Saturday. Any final words, gentlemen?
Yes, real quick. Do you guys know the Kofi, Ray, and Seth are all tied on pay-per-views, 124 appearances?
Yes.
Kofi, Ray, and Seth.
Yes.
Yep, 124.
Yes.
Let's talk about that next week because I got a lot of questions with that one.
Because they have top 10. You should look at the top 10. Randy Orton's
I
number
will.
one. At number 2, I don't want to brag, but you guys remember the Backlash predictions? I got all of them right.
I think we got Backlash right. Yeah, we got Backlash right. Yeah, we all got it right.
Yeah.
That was
It's been a great show. You say you're gonna be back Saturday. Can't wait.
Saturday watch party. We'll be back for a watch party.
You dropping the link on that or no?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
I just want to show off my new titles.
This don't get you, super kid.
Man, you super kid.
So damn
Super kid. Yeah. You know what? I want to beat you up on GP.
I want to fight you just on general principle. And I can beat you.
Yeah, just on general principle.
Get out of here. Take that title off the Titantron, man. Salute, man. See you Saturday. Out the Titantron you go. Man, ECW days. Just throw all cans, throw the chairs, throw the trash, the beer bottles at the titles.
Which promotion was that when they was in the ring and they was just throwing chairs?
ECW.
It was nothing but chairs.
Damn titles. We ain't got no titles, man. Man, let's get out of here. Man.
Hold on, really quick. James says, y'all gotta understand my frustration. I'm from India. I wake up at 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning just to watch garbage, and it sucks. Jay, bro.
Yeah, I understand. It's like
Jay, as a fan from the other side of the world.
Thank you for tuning in, by the way. We appreciate you.
Right. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you come back Saturday for the watch party. And we try to do this every Wednesday, with working schedules. We are both working fathers. But the thing is, need you to understand, as lifelong fans of the business of wrestling, it's hard to swallow the pill of the business. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. He says, I want to short TKO stock so bad, but I know if the product sucks for the consumer, then the stock probably going up because all they want is commercial response. That's it. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, go ahead.
He's absolutely right. And that's what my fear is with the TKO. I understand them getting The Rock as the director. I was like, okay, that sounds good and all, but keep in mind, Vince, oh, God damn it. We're going to have to do a show on was Vince right all along? Son of a bitch.
Was Vince right all along?
Oh, God.
We'll do that next week.
Damn it. Man, we ain't doing it next week. I need 2 or 3 weeks. We ain't doing it next week. So we're not doing it.
Let's see what happens Saturday. Let's see what happens on Monday. Maybe what happens on SmackDown. And then maybe we can weigh in on that. That's right. Not with his
Yeah.
actions, because he
We're
got,
not talking about that. We're not talking about his action. He a
yeah,
nasty old man. He
he
a
got
nasty
clean
old
up for
man.
that.
We ain't talking about that. I haven't even been looking into that case because I haven't heard too much because obviously we're all focused on the Diddy trial, but I ain't heard too much about that Vince stuff. He's going underneath the radar for that one. So we not
Yeah,
when it comes, we'll talk about it. We talk about anything, everything wrestling here. So
yeah.
do a show on Monday?
No, no, that's the busiest day of the
No.
week at my job.
Yeah, we can't do that. No.
Yeah, bye, man. We
All
gotta
right,
get
man.
out.
We out of here. Wrestling Wednesday. That's Will, Christopher J. Come back on Saturday, and we out. Peace. See y'all this weekend.